Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we talking about Hurricane Lee here. Over the past couple days you may have heard that Lee has weakened a bit. It was a category 5 a few days ago, now it's sitting at a category 3. The reason of that is because Lee has been undergoing some eye wall replacement cycles. Dry air has been getting to the system and shear has been eroding parts of the system. But it's going into a more safe environment, you could say, for the system, so it's expected to grow a little bit before it takes a north turn. Right now it's sitting at 948 millibars, so that's dropping a little bit from earlier, and right now with the new advisory 5 p.m. Eastern, we're sitting at 515 mile per hour winds and moving west-northwest at 7 miles per hour. If you've been watching my latest videos, you can notice here that the yellow has been expanding, and that's due to the eye wall replacement cycles. And once this storm starts to go more north, that wind field will start to expand even more, possibly as far as 600 miles across both ways. Once this storm takes a more northward turn towards Bermuda, it could either go into New England, into the Gulf of Maine, or straight into Nova Scotia. If we take a look at the hurricane models and see what they think here, you could see that half of them are split. Half of them go into Nova Scotia, as you can see here. Some take it into New England on the left part of your screen. But if you take a look at the trends and just the trends here, if we go from 0Z to 18Z real quick, you can see, alright, 0Z had maybe one getting close to New England. 6Z, alright, you still have one coming into New England. 12Z, you back off a little, but you still have one coming into New England. But now on a recent run, as you can see here, you could have possibly up to 4 or 5 storms, 4 or 5 tracks coming into New England. So this is a little bit of a concerning trend that has been going on for Lee in the past couple of days. Now on your screen here, I'm going to show you 3 models. First, we're going to start with the HAFS A-pair model run, which is the worst case scenario. Then we're going to go to the HMON model, which is the best case scenario for New England. And then we could go to the Euro, which I think is a middle ground solution for these runs. Now, all these solutions are going to be horrific for New England either way, whether it be wind or storm surge. It's almost inevitable at this point. But if we take a look at this model, you see it takes it up, misses the trough completely, and then eventually takes a hard northwest turn into inevitably New England here. It doesn't go far enough out, but this is 100%, if you just follow it, it would go back into here and then probably get kicked out by the other trough. If not, it'll probably get very close to New England and kicked out. Either way, this is one of the more farther west, northwest hooks that could happen, believe it or not. It's definitely plausible. And then we go to the HMON, one of the models that is best case scenario for New England. I know you won't be able to really see New England much, so once you keep going, you eventually see that you are in Nova Scotia at the very end. So that's completely east over here. So you have your low right here, and then you have the HMON completely over here. That is a good chunk of mileage difference right there, just from 2 models. The model I just showed you, the HMON, would once again be the best case scenario for New England. But with the Euro, I think this is the middle ground. It has it coming up, just passing west of Bermuda, 2 a.m. Friday, and then eventually goes in between Cape Cod and Nova Scotia, eventually getting kicked out to the northeast into the Gulf of Maine and hitting Nova Scotia. So, if we go back to this, the HMON model here, eventually the Euro over here, and then the HMON over here. The HMON is further east. The HMON is over here. So, I think this middle ground is safe to go with right now. Obviously, if the western trend continues, this is definitely something to be concerned about. But for now, these are the most 3 probable tracks that at this time could happen. But I'm heavily favoring the Euro's track as of now. So finally, this is, if you're in this area, anywhere from Nantucket all the way to Maine and Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, and you're in this red, in this blue shade here, this is probably where at least Lee will make landfall. Obviously, the effects will be affected, obviously, outside of this area. It just won't be contained in this area. but this is just a general idea of where Lee can make landfall. As far west, maybe pushing Rhode Island, maybe, and maybe as far west, as far east as Cape Breton. That's to be determined. We have 5 days to look at this, and hopefully we get a better idea, and hopefully somehow there's a way Lee can take a track like this, even though it's almost impossible at this point. Again, I will keep you guys updated as the trends start to emerge even more, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful